is the lesson for today, and after the past simple we start the past continuous pronunciation. Of course, there is a conversation here. So I was jogging in the park. I was jogging in the park. Which tense is this? I was jogging. Which verb? Which tense?
I think it is past continuous tense.
Past continuous. What is the verb?
Jogging
Yes,
plus
jogging.
ing.
Yes, ing form. So look in the chat. I'm just going to write the rule. Past continuous. Okay, it's always subject. When we say subject, it's from I to they. I, you, she, he, it, we,
Yeah.
you, and they. And then plus was or were. It depends according to the subject. Plus the stem plus ing. Okay. Example. I was jogging in the park. You, how do we say with you? How do we say? You? How do we say past continuous with you?
You were with you. We use, I think,
correct.
were.
You were, yeah. You were
Yeah.
jogging in the car. She and he?
Were. She and he. No.
He and he was jogging. We and you. So that's it for the negative form. Negative. So
Yeah.
a negative of I was jogging. How do we say?
I was not jogging. I was not
Okay.
jogging.
I was not
Yeah.
jogging. I was not jogging in the park. So generally speaking, the rule is subject
Yeah.
plus was or were. It
Helping
depends on the
verb.
subject.
Yeah.
Yeah. Plus not. But when you speak, guys, you need to make some contractions. So you are going to say, I wasn't, not I was not. It's correct.
Yeah.
It's correct. But I wasn't to make it contracted. And you weren't. You weren't
Like,
jogging in the
yeah.
park. Mhm.
Yeah.
And then stem. And then ing. Okay. So question now. How do we make a question? Question.
We'll bring the helping verb in the beginning of the sentence.
Yes. Can you give
The
me
rest,
an? Can
yeah.
you say it?
Like he was playing cricket. The negative will be that he was not playing cricket, and the interrogative or the question sentence will be like, was he playing cricket? We will remove not and bring helping verb in the beginning of the sentence.
Correct. So I will write your example. Was he playing tennis, for example? Was he playing tennis? This is a question in the past continuous. So it's always was or were according to the subject you are going to use. Of course, sorry. Was
Yeah.
plus subject plus stem plus ing plus question mark. Guys, don't forget your question mark and intonation, because when you make it a question and statement, it's not the same. So was he playing? Was he playing? This is the intonation. However, the positive or the statement is he was playing. He was playing. The question is, was he playing? So it goes up. And the negative is he was not playing. He was not playing. So this is for the rule. Now we are going to do pronunciation, guys, here on the book. So look, there is three different pronunciation for only the auxiliary was. So we need the listening. You will listen and practice the sentences. Notice the pronunciation of was and were. So pay attention to how was and were are pronounced. Take or have 1 minute to read the sentences, and I will open the listening.
Um,
Tape script 3.7. I was having dinner.
What was she wearing?
They were playing football.
Where were you going?
He wasn't listening.
They weren't enjoying the party.
I will start again.
Tape
Yeah.
script 3.7. I was having dinner.
What was she wearing?
They were playing football.
Where were you going?
He wasn't listening.
They weren't enjoying the party.
Okay, guys. So, Mohammed, can you repeat the sentences?
yeah, of course, ma'am. I was having dinner. Second one is that what was she wearing? They were playing football. Where were you going? He was not listening. They were not enjoying the party.
Repeat the fourth one. This one, he listening.
Yeah, he wasn't listening. He
Yeah,
wasn't listening
was.
or he was not listening.
Okay, thank you. Aisha, can you repeat the sentences?
Okay. I was having dinner.
Dinner.
Dinner. I was having dinner.
Mhm,
What was she wearing? They were playing football.
mhm,
Where were you going?
mhm.
He wasn't listening. They weren't enjoying the party.
Yeah, correct.
Thank you.
So
Thank
this,
you.
you're welcome. This blood, white color
Yeah,
is the emphasized syllable. So you are going to say those syllables in strong. For example, I was having dinner. So have and de is going to be strong. And then what was she wearing? What? So was and she are very, how can I say, slightly pronounced, and what and where are strong. So this is the intonation and pitch in English. So you can take picture if you want, so that you can see this sorry, later. Discussing grammar, we will do this section. What's the difference between the pairs of sentences? The first one is when we arrived, she was making some coffee. And the second one is when we arrived, she made some coffee. What is the difference?
ma'am, let me to think on it.
Sure.
When we arrive,
Here I will help you. Just think which in the first sentence, which one is first action, which one is second action,
I
and in
think,
the second
yeah,
sentence,
we arrived. She was. I
Uh,
think when we arrived, this sentence is. I think that is.
the one example, when we arrive, the action is continue.
okay.
The second, when we arrive, the action is finished. Are finished.
Yeah,
Ah,
when we were when we were arriving, so the action was going on. The first sentence, she was making some coffee. The action
mhm.
was going on, and in the second sentence, when we arrived, the action has taken place before we arrived.
So the first explanation is correct. The second, for both of you. The second
Yeah,
explanation, no, it's not correct. So the first sentence, you are right. The action making coffee is a continuous action. So this woman started making coffee before we arrived. When we arrived, she was making coffee, and the action continued after we arrived. So
yeah,
as if in on a timetable timeline, the action we arrived is in the middle. So first action is always was making. So for example, for more explanation, you arrived to my home at 3 p.m. Okay, you arrived at 3 p.m. Me, I started making coffee at 2:55. So 5 minutes before you arrive, I started making coffee. And then you arrived, it was 3, and I continued making coffee till 3:05, 5 minutes. So making coffee took me 10 minutes, 5 minutes before you arrive and 5 minutes after you arrive. So you arrived in the middle of my action. Did you understand?
No, man. Please say it again. I'm a
Okay.
little confused in it.
Okay, so when we arrived, she was making coffee. So she started making coffee before we arrived. So
Yeah. Yeah.
if, for example, me and you, we went to
The
Aisha.
first one is clear, ma'am. The second one is not
The
clear.
second one I didn't explain yet. I am just explaining the first one.
Ah,
So if, for
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
example, me
Yes.
and you, Mohammed, we went to Aisha's house. And if we take into consideration this sentence, it means when we arrived to Aisha's house, Aisha has already started making coffee. So she started
Yeah.
making coffee before we arrived. And then we arrived and she continued making coffee. So this action of making coffee, for example, is long. It takes long time. So our action of arriving, the action of arriving is in the middle of the action of making coffee. It's like that. However, in the second sentence, when we arrived, she made some coffee. It means we arrived, we went into the living room, we sat, and then Aisha went to the kitchen and she made coffee. So before we arrived, she didn't go to the kitchen until we arrived. We arrived, she opened the door, she said hi to us, she took us to the living room, and then she went to the kitchen and she made coffee. So in the second action, the action of making coffee is number 2, not 1. That's the difference
oh,
between first sentence
Yeah.
and second
Now
sentence.
it's clear. Now it's clear.
okay.
So
It's
now,
fine.
second one, I read a good book in bed last night. I read a good book in bed last night. I was reading a good book in bed last night. What is the difference?
I read.
In the first, the action is finished.
Okay, correct. In the first one, the action is finished, which
Finished.
means the book is finished. If the book
Yes.
is a 300 pages, it means I finished 300 pages. I didn't stop
Yeah.
in the middle.
But
Okay.
in second one, the action is still going on.
Yes, in the second
Yeah.
one, it means we don't know if maybe I stopped, I was sleepy and I stopped in the chapter number 3 or chapter number 2, but it doesn't say that I finished the book. It doesn't give information that the action is
Ma'am,
continuous.
I have a question. In first sentence, I read a good book in bed last night. Means you have studied all the book.
Yes, that's it. I
Yeah.
finished all the
And
pages.
second one, that doesn't mean that you have finished the book. The book
Yes,
still it is remaining.
maybe. Yes, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's the difference between them.
Yes, that's the difference because the first action is finished and complete in the past. But however, the past continuous is an action that is continuous in a moment in the past, of course.
Ma'am, a question. We use past continuous tense for those actions which started in past and still continues. We
Yes,
don't know that how much it will be continued, but
don't know
the
how.
second one, yeah, the second one, past simple tense, we use for those actions which started and completed.
Yes. So we know that
Yeah.
the action is finished. It is not continuous. That's the difference between past simple and past continuous. So
Now it's fine.
Yeah, what we can do here, choose the correct verb form. I saw or I was seeing a good film yesterday. What do you think? Do we say I saw or I was seeing a good film yesterday?
I
Ma'am,
saw.
if the film has finished, so I think
Mm,
then we will use I saw a
I
good
saw
film yesterday. Uh,
Mhm. You have
and if the
yesterday. Yesterday.
yesterday.
Yesterday is already a time marker for past simple. Yeah, in generally. So if you finish if you want to be more precise, if you finish the film till the end, you better say I saw or I watched a good movie yesterday because you finished it. If you want to just say that I watched a part of it, just 30 minutes, 30 minutes, not 2 hours, then you can say I was seeing. But even I was seeing is a bit weird. We generally
Yeah,
say I saw. Okay.
ma'am, we
The
can make
second
like
one,
this. Excuse me, ma'am. Like I was saying a good film yesterday means the film has not finished. Like we can change it into, we can combine another sentence with this. Like I was saying a good film yesterday is the electricity gone.
when you can say like this,
Yeah,
while I was watching the film yesterday, the electricity cut off. Yes, you can say like that. Yes, that's correct.
yeah.
So the second sentence, while I shopped or while I was shopping this morning, I lost or I was losing my wallet. How do we make it correct?
While
I
I
was
shopped.
shopping.
Yes, while I was shopping, because while, this time marker, while, is for duration. Pendant, while. So it's
While
not 1 point, it's during. It's like during. While I was shopping this morning, I lost my wallet. Number 3. The police stopped or were stopping me on the motorway because I drove or I was driving at 90 miles an hour.
stopped.
Yes, the
Police
police
stopped
Yeah,
me.
stopped.
stopped.
The police
And
stopped me.
second one, I think I was driving it. I
Correct. And the
think
second one, I was driving. Number 4, what did you do or what were you doing when you saw the accident?
what did you do? What were you doing, ma'am?
What did you do?
Okay, so both of
What
them
were
are
you
correct,
doing?
but different meaning. So if you
Yeah.
say, what did you do?
When the accident got finished means that action.
Hold on a second. When you say, what did you do when you saw the accident? It means the accident happened and then you did something. Your action is after the accident. If you say, what were you doing when the accident happened? It means you were maybe talking to your on your phone or you were watching DVD and driving and then you crashed. So it's not after the accident. It's like your action is the cause of the accident. That's the difference. When you say, I was talking on the phone and I crashed, which means when you were the cause for the accident is you talking on the phone. But when you say uh, I crashed and then I called the police, I crashed and then I called the police. So here the action past simple is after the accident. So if you want to make it an action before the accident, you need to use past continuous. If you want to make it an action after the accident, you want to use past simple. That's the difference in meaning. So here, as long as you know the difference, both are accepted. And the answer is I walked or I was walking down the street. If in the first sentence you say, what did you do when you saw the accident? The answer should be, I walked after the accident. I mean, I walked down the street. If in the question you say, what were you doing when you saw the accident? Then in the answer, you should say, I was walking
Walking.
down the street. Because always in English, the form of the question is the same form of the answer. If you ask in past simple, you need to answer in past simple. If you ask in past continuous, you need to give an answer in past continuous. It's this logic that the language, English language, follows. Number 5, what did you do or what were you doing? Sorry. No, the second one, the same.
Number
What
6.
did
Number
you
6.
do? Number 6. How did you break or how were you breaking your leg? Oh, this is clear. This is, you know what is break, to break my leg? Leg is, this is hand, this is hand and leg, hand and leg.
Okay, right.
Do you know what is it, Mohammed?
Yeah, I know, ma'am.
Okay,
Legs. We have 2
yeah,
legs and 2
legs. Mhm.
hands.
Yes. So how did you break your leg? The question, the answer.
Means in the first sentence that how did you break
How
your leg?
did you break?
In this sentence, you have breaked your leg. But in second one, you are trying to break your leg. Still, you have not broken your leg.
Yeah, but
The
which one
action,
is correct? Which one do we use?
how did you break? I
Yes,
think,
how did
ma'am,
you break your leg? We cannot say how were you breaking your leg,
yeah,
because if you
yeah,
ask someone how you were breaking your leg, it means intentionally. It means his intention
yeah,
to break it. It's impossible. No one would like to break his leg. Actually, it's an accident.
yeah,
So
yeah.
you want to ask someone how did it happen? Because it's impossible that you can imagine some, unless he is a psychopath. So how did you break your leg is the question, and the answer, I skied and hit, and I hit. So he was skiing and he hit his leg. Number
Yeah.
7, I was cutting or I cut my finger while I was cooking or I cooked.
I cut my finger while I was cooking.
Correct. Yes, I cut my finger while I was cooking. And number 8, did you have or were you having a good holiday?
Were
Did
you
you have?
having a good holiday?
If you want to ask about the holiday, you say, did you have? If someone comes from holiday and you see them, you say, did you have a good holiday?
Means
Uh,
the holidays have finished, ma'am, or not? The
yeah, it means
holidays
the
are
holiday,
still going on.
yes, it means the person came back from holiday. Holidays
Yeah.
are finished.
So
Person came
then we
back.
will use did you have
Did you have?
good holidays?
Yes. Did you have good holidays?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is it in terms of meaning. We have a game, I think, which true false sentences. This is a
Thank you
conversation.
so much, ma'am.
You're welcome. This is a conversation. So I was jogging at 7:15. I was jogging in the park. I was at home. I was getting ready for work. The girl was jogging in the park, and the boy was at home. He was getting ready for work. Ah, no, I think all of them is the girl saying this.
Girl.
Mm. And I was coming home in a taxi after an all-night party. Oh, okay. So he just like it's to use different actions, but all of them the girl. Because girls are well known for doing a lot of actions in the same time. So he is like, what? Did you do all of this at 7:15? So it's just, so did you understand the sentence? I was at home, I was getting ready. I was getting ready. So I was maybe changing my clothes, doing my hair, doing makeup, and I was
When I
coming, yeah,
yeah.
having shower. I was coming home in a taxi after an all-night party. So all-night party, she had an all-night party, maybe with her friends or in a club, and then she was coming home. How? In a taxi. She was coming home in a taxi. So that's for the past continuous, guys. Past continuous is a long action. We use it to speak about an action in the past, which starts in the past and is still continuing in the past. and we don't know if it is finished. We don't know when it will finish. However, past simple, it's a tense you want to use when you are sure that
Ma'am,
the action finished.
excuse
If
me,
you have
ma'am.
any questions,
Yeah,
tell me.
I have a
Go on.
question, ma'am. The definition is like the action which has started in past means which was continuing in past and completed in past.
The one that is
Is it all
continuous
right?
in the past is past simple. It's not past continuous.
Okay, so what's the definition of past continuous? The action
Past
which
continuous,
start.
yes, it starts in the past and continues in the past. I was reading a book. I was reading a book yesterday. So
Yeah,
you don't know what time you finished reading a book, or if you finished it. It's actually, you cannot assume that you finished it, because if you finish the book, you say, I read a book yesterday. But if you
yeah,
say, I was reading a book yesterday at 7, we usually need a time for past continuous. So we say, I was reading a book yesterday at 7 p.m. So at 7 p.m., this time, the action was continuing, but it doesn't say to me when it finished or when it will finish. It just says to me that this action at 7:15 was ongoing. It started before 7:15. It's sure. Okay, what I am sure
yeah,
about,
yeah.
it's that this action started before 7:15. It started at 7 maybe. At 7:15 it was ongoing. That's all I can know about, with I use past continuous. It means
Yeah, no,
after
it's fine.
7:15 it continued. That's it. Um, so that's, you can also, for you, Mohammed, because you were not here with me last time, you can go on the website and check the final pronunciation of
Yeah.
D for past simple. It is on the website. I put the picture, and that's,
What's the website, ma'am?
it's
I
this
don't
one.
have idea.
So
Yeah,
it's 3W www.livingpeace.org. I will
yeah.
take you there, and I will show you where is the lesson.
Okay, ma'am.
So do you see here?
No.
Wait.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So
Now I
here,
can see.
yeah, you have groups. Where is it? Voila. You have meetup groups. You click on this, and then you will have foreign languages department. Foreign languages department. You click on that.
Yeah,
When you click, you will have new headway pre-intermediate student book. So you click, you can download the book on your computer. This is one
yeah,
thing. And the lesson I was speaking about is this one, pronunciation of final ED. So the pronunciation of final ED, it can be id, ta, or da. Id, ta, or da. For example, wanted, needed, helped, looked, sniffed, and called, cleaned, offered. So 3 pronunciation, actually. If you want, you can look at this lesson. Is it clear?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
You need just to register to the website.